Hello, this is Payal Matani. Today I'm going to talk on the classification of the benign melanocytic nevus using ABCD features and convolutional neural network algorithm, which is the title of our research paper, along with the other two authors, who is Rabisa Shakil Siddiqui and Sayyeda Sara Iqbal Ashraf. Moving towards the outline of our presentation. The outline of our presentation includes the introduction, what benign melanocytic is, what are the causes, how it is diagnosed, the implementation of the ABCD rule, the role of image processing and CNN algorithm, the research methodology, the experimental result and discussion, and lastly the conclusion. Okay, so moving towards the next slide, which is the introduction. Skin cancer is caused by the abnormal growth of the skin cell. We all know that it is the most identified problem around the globe. In the earlier days, no one would know that if he or she is diagnosed with the skin cancer until or unless he sees a lesion growing or some allergic reaction happens. As benign or malignant, both are just like the ordinary mole or scar. No one would simply think that this mole can be cancerous, and no one would simply spend too much time and money on the test and treatment based on the bacterial allergy. To overcome this problem, we have designed a computer diagnosis system which will provide some benefits to the user by asking them to click a picture of the lesion. The lesion will be detected simply through a click or just by clicking a picture. To get the accurate result, we have used the image processing technique known as the convolutional neural network. This technique of image processing is ideal for the extracting the feature and simply classifying it. Skin cancer is the most common cause of death around the globe, so it needs to be countered as soon as possible, as early detection can optimize the risk factor in the patient. Moving towards the next, which is what benign melanocytic is. There are basically two types of skin cancer. The first one is the benign and the other one is the malignant. Our paper is based on the benign melanocytic nevus. Nevus is a term used for the ordinary mole. Nevus are very common. It can be present anywhere on the human body, even at the time of the birth too. Nevus is composed of both benign and the melanocytes. Nevus is not as cancerous as melanoma, but it can be transferred into melanoma, as it is a precancerous lesion. There are 95% chances that benign nevus can transform into the cutaneous melanoma. There are several types of nevus, such as spears, halo, blue nevus, balloon. Spear is a rare kind of skin mole that usually affects the young people and children. Halo nevus is a mole surrounded by a white ring or halo. This mole is always benign. Blue nevus is a type of melanocytic nevus that is blue in color and is caused by the pigment being deeper in the skin than in ordinary nevus. The last one is the balloon nevus, is a type of melanocytic nevus which can turn into cutaneous melanoma. As 90% of melanomas derive from the nevus, so it needs to be removed as soon as it is detected. Next is the causes of the melanocytic nevus. There are three causes of the melanocytic nevus. First is the genetic factor, which means that nevus can be caused by the tendency to have the multiple melanocytic nevus run in some families. The other is the sun damage, which means that nevus can be caused by the ultraviolet rays, as ultraviolet radiation is a proven human carcinogen, which is a common cause of cancer, and also by the sunburn or excessive sun exposure, as it contribute to the new lesion formation, and people with fair skin are more at risk. The last one is the immunosuppressive treatment. These are the treatment which lowers the immune system. and can cause more moles to develop. The next is the how nevus is diagnosed. As I have already discussed in the previous slides that the diagnosis of nevus takes a lot of time and money, and considering the complicated nature of the skin lesion, it is difficult to recognize the symptoms of the skin cancer at an early stage. Nevus can be diagnosed with some traditional methods such as laboratory tests and some biopsies, which are shave biopsy, punch biopsy, and excisional biopsy. Shave biopsy, your doctor uses a razor to shave off a sample of the top layer of your skin. Uh, in punch biopsy, the doctor uses a special punch tool to remove a sample of the skin that contains both the top and the deeper layer of the skin. The excisional biopsy is the last and is the most expensive, as in this biopsy the doctor uses a scalpel to remove your entire mole, and it takes a lot of time for it. With the ongoing advancement in the technologies, our research focuses on the computer diagnosis system for the classification and detection of the skin lesion at an early stages through extracting the textural features, geometric features, and color features. Uh, this was all from my side. Now, Rabisa will further continue the presentation.
Hello, this is Rabisa Shakil Siddiqui, and I'm going to discuss the implementation through ABCD rule. So, ABCD rule is one of the most common method to identify the features of the skin lesion. Through these features, we can easily identify the difference between nevus and non-nevus images. ABCD rule can be calculated by TDS, that is total dermoscopic score, which tells whether the lesion is cancerous or not. Now, role of image processing and CNN algorithm. For image processing, we have used CNN algorithm because this algorithm consumes less time and gives you an accurate results. This is widely used algorithm and effective method for the feature extraction. Now moving towards the methodology of our research. In our research, we have already discussed the detailed explanation in the above section. Implementation of image processing algorithm can be a bit confusing. Therefore, we have divided our data into two classes. The process of applying CNN to dataset for the extraction and identification includes three major steps. First one is data preprocessing, second is feature extraction, and last is classification. This is a block diagram of our research methodology. Now moving towards the data preprocessing step. Data preprocessing is used to clean and transform data into meaningful form so that the machine can understand in a better way. It further includes three steps. Number 1, input image. Number 2, RGB format. Number 3, hair removal operation. First, we take an image from our data set and convert that image into the RGB format. After that, we perform hair removal operation and noise reduction if there is some noise present in the image. In this process, we resized each image into same dimension. Now moving towards the second step, which is feature extraction. Feature extraction is an important part of image processing. We extract features through ABCD rules. Now let's discuss in detail what actually ABCD rule is. A is for asymmetry. In this, we divide our mole into two equal halves, and after that we closely monitor is the first half of the mole matches with the second half or not. If it doesn't match, then it will be considered as nevus. B is for border irregularity. It analyzes the index and dimensions of border, and after that check if the lesion is irregular or rough. C is for color. If the lesion present on the skin is black or brown, in color, then it is considered as a cancerous mole. The last is D. D is for dermoscopic structure or diameter. If the diameter of a mole is larger than 6 mm, then the lesion is considered as nevus. Now the final step of image processing is classification. The classifier minimizes the error rate of the data. The basic task of a classifier is to predict or determine one or more class labels of the given data. In our research, as we have mentioned before, we use CNN for the classification of our images. Other than that, there is another technique used for the identification of skin cancer using dermoscopic images, that is a 7-point checklist. A 7-point checklist was introduced in 1998. The 7-point checklist checks the major symptoms of the lesion. The score of the 7-point checklist is already defined in our research paper. That's all from my side. Now Sara will continue with the presentation. Thank you.
This is Sayyida Sara Iqbal Ashraf. I am going to discuss about the experiment result and discussion. It contains of 3 steps. Number 1, system evaluation, which describe the overall process of the system. Second one is tool and framework, in which we have described the tool and framework we have used in our proposed computer aided diagnostic system. Last one is categorization and accuracy. In this session, we have classified our dataset into 2 classes and have performed the training to obtain the accuracy. Moving toward detail of the system evaluation, the design and accuracy to the system based on a research is quite easy. User just need to simply log in to access the features of the system. The main feature of the system include quick search, where the user can search if anything related to his query. Second one is capture an image. Through this feature, the user can capture an image of the lesion. The lesion will be detected in the system by the CNN algorithm, and the result will be generated based on the image capture. The next one is the booking of an appointment with our on-board medical professions. Fourth one, the comparison of the result is the most important feature of our diagnostic system. Through the features, the user can simply compare the previous picture with the current one. User can check of the lesion present on the screen. The last one is getting an automated reminder. The feature will remind the user for the self-examination of the lesion once in a month. This is the UI of proposed computer-aided diagnostic system, in which you can see that user is checking picture of the lesion and getting the result. Moving toward which tools and framework. So as you know that as system is based on the Android, therefore user have manufactured it on the Android Studio. Android Studio provide as easy accessible IDE, and it is also an open source platform. Application based and Android can be accessed by anyone, even with the people through low income and other than that we have used. MongoDB for the database purpose, Google Colab for the image processing and machine learning, Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator for the designing of the UI. Last one of the categorization and accuracy. For the training purpose, we have classified our dataset into 2 categories, that is newest or non-newest. To achieve the outcome training accuracy, basically the accuracy we get after applying the algo on the training data, we have divided our dataset into 22 packets and place it on the x-axis and the training accuracy on the y-axis. Final accuracy is obtained 22nd packet, which is 95%. Training loss. The training loss define the error present in the data set, and also we can predict the performance of the model through it. If the loss is smaller, then it means that our algorithm is doing his job perfectly. For the loss purpose, we took the similar data that was taken from for training accuracy to train accuracy keeps decreasing after every packet, which means that our model is learning effectively. Now Ravisa will conclude the presentation.
So let's conclude our presentation. In our research work, we have proposed the idea of developing a computer-aided diagnosis system for the identification of this disease at an early stage. For this purpose, all you need is an Android phone and an internet connection with you, through which you can detect your skin lesion anytime, anywhere. This application can provide accurate results without huge measure of hardware. It can be accessed by the underprivileged and less affording, as it will be provided free of charge to anyone. It will also provide dermatological care for the users. That is all from our side for this presentation. Thank you so much.